Okay, let me run through this one last time. I wanna, uh, I wanna make it clear that this is because I explained it pretty poorly in my first video. But the simple way to say it is, you ideally want to get, you ideally want to be able to cycle between two combos, 2 to 3 combos really, that you want to set up. So, ideally, what you want to do is do Gen the Diamond Tiger into Ken the Warrior Dragon. You can do this in reverse too. I'm pretty sure your opponent, it will make it to where your opponent draws 2 and you gain, you discard 1. But if I activate this, it makes it to where, if I activate the effect of Gen, I will be the one selecting it. Since it's on their field and it activates on their field, it's considered their own monster. And if it's special summoned through Ken the Warrior Dragon, I discard a card. So like, ideally, I can make the other way work, but ideally I want to pick up 2 and then drop 1 instead of just dropping 1. And a way we can confirm that we pick up 2 without dropping shit is we go into the usual Gateman of the Dark World. Let's pick up Gates of the Dark World. He will be in the graveyard. Activate Gates of the Dark World. Discard a card. And banish Gateman to the graveyard. Special summon himself. So, once you do that, ideally, the card you want to have discarded is Guru of the Dark World, because he will, once he's discarded, he special summons himself to the other side, side of the field, which means his effect activates if it's special summoned to discard a Dark World card that their opponent controls. So you have anything you do with this is pretty fucking good for you. You can go into snow, then you can, if you go into snow, discard 1 dark, you can add 1 Dark World card and then special summon that target in defense position. You can use Silva to make your opponent put 2 cards back to the deck, which you can actually loop Silva and Guru. You can end up actually looping that to make them have no cards in their hands. I haven't found a way to do that yet because I haven't watched any videos on this, and I'm not too fucking smart. So that helps. He also is a special summon when he does that. This the next thing, special summon from this, and then yeah, I'm pretty sure this card from your hand, grab opponent's card effect. You can special summon 1 fiend monster from your deck to either field, plus him being special summoned. This card is discarded from. Alright, Overlord basically special summon himself, and if it's summoned that way, destroys all spell monsters or spells they control. Grapha, basically, through the effect of being targeted, you can target 1 monster opponent controls, and look at one random monster in your opponent's hand. Then, if it was a monster, 1 random card. If it was monster, basically, if they reveal a monster from their hand. Off of the effect of this, I get to special summon them. I get to special summon that monster to my field. And the cool thing about that is that 1 adds another thing to my field. And if I have, like, let's say, Gatemen, and I need another Gates of the Dark World to pop up, I can get my Gatemen off the field with Grapha. Activate Gatemen again, because the only restriction to Gatemen with his effects is being special summoned once per turn. you can use his effect 3 times. You can use his effect 3 times. Theoretically in a duel. And then Overking. Yeah, basically he's another card that can get more on the field for you. And with the extra deck, we got Overlord, Lord of the Dark World, Dragon Overlord of the Dark World. This is basically a negate. I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that when I said it was a pop. It's basically a negate and a pop technically. Apollousa is a negate for however many people were linked off to it. This is, World Sea Dragon is a board wipe, and then you can special summon monsters, the equal amount of monsters that were board wipe, that were taken off the field. That were banished from it. So yeah, we have Underworld Sea Goddess. Underworld. Fuck, I'm stupid. We got Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Basically, a negate from the special summons for Graveyard, and it's unaffected. And if Slink summoned, it's unaffected by card effects. Can negate all face-up monsters the opponent currently controls when it pops up. And yeah. We got Nightmare Unicorn to be able to to pitch a card once it's special if it's summoned on the turn, which can be useful. I haven't had to use it yet. There's some situations where it can be useful. Trigate Wizard. Basically, it's based off of how many people are co-linked. So like this is it is definitely like a second link monster to get out on the field. Like this is not the first thing you pop. This will never be the first thing you fucking pop for setting up combos and shit. Yeah. We got SP Little Knight in this bit. Nightmare Griffin. Skull Dread is basically to get your hand back for the shit you want to get. Like you can manage not hand back, but you can manage basically. Once you do things, you can use every single effect that he has. Yeah, so it's based off of the materials used for his Link Summon, and you can use all 3, I think. So, yeah, he's able to have the special summon monsters gain 300, which can help beat over things. Especially in Dark World, since you can beat over things quite easily if you have Gates of the Dark World and then Dark World Archives, because you can get some shit with that. During main phase, you special summon 1 monster from the hand, so that's another special summon without having to do that. Do all the other extra shit, which is good. In the case that you haven't used the Diamond Tiger's effect, and yeah. You can draw 4 cards and then place 3 from your hand to the bottom of the deck in any order. Basically, that's just used to draw and pick up something that you could use. And yeah, I am going to probably show y'all some things with this deck now and some replays. I have one replay where I was setting up the usual thing you want to do for a turn 2 game. And yeah. I will catch you over there. Okay, so this is an example of a deck going turn 2. This is not, this is a pretty decent hand. So you can run with being turn 2 on this, and I kind of bricked. I think I kind of bricked with this. At least I feel. That's how I feel. It's always depending on what you're playing against. Unfortunately, this is not a long duel because I think this person surrendered or I killed him. But ideally, you want to go into getting a Diamond Tiger, do this, the usual starter with that, discard that, give my draw 2, decent card destruction, card destruction. So basically, I didn't need to use card destruction there actually, but it allowed me to go through some things. it allowed me to prop this. It allowed me to prop Mothman, Grapha, fucking Overlord of the Dark World, and another Huntsman of the Dark World. I actually don't think I was able to use Overking in the Link, because I think I missed timing. And then he negates that, which is what was a little bit of a problem. But then I used Archives. Archives is during the main phase. You can discard one Dark World monster, and if you do, Dark World monsters you currently control gain equal attack to the level of the discarded monster in hand by times 100 to the end of the turn. And if a monster's original type is Fiend was discarded from the hand by the effect of a Dark World card or an opponent's card effect during the damage step, you can discard one card and then draw two. That can be useful at times, but usually it won't prop. And then you see activate there, banish, Gateman, pop that and pop that. Here I'm going to use Snow. My ideal thing is to special that on their side of the field, go Snow, pitch Snow, use Snow, grab Grapha, special one of their monsters, special Grapha from the field, use Dark Corridor, special that, grab that, return that, special this. Okay. So you return, so basically you want to return this. Not return it, but you want to banish it, not banish, tribute, or whatever. Get him on the field. And since I did it through Guru's effect, I can activate Dark World Archives in the Link after this happens. So that means I'm able to pitch another. Yes, I was able to pitch another and give him more attack, because you can pitch twice and give him more attack based off of things. When I didn't pitch another yet. But basically, allows me to do that. You pitch him, activate, do there. I Link. I use 4. I special summon World Sea Dragon. Banish. Return World Sea Dragon. To the field, along with Guru. And Ken the Warrior Dragon. Return Guru. Get that. Activate the danger cards. I really didn't need to do that, but I wanted to get at least 2 more things on the field to set something up. But either way, it got me to do my thing, and I got game regardless. Yeah, after that. And I was actually trying to set up a safe option just in case he was able to pull something out. And they end up surrendering after after I believe Overlord, yeah, after Overking gets special. I had game, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't gonna fuck me over. So there we go. That's something how the deck goes going second, and we're gonna show you what happens when it goes first turn. Okay. And this is what going first is. This is also, like, a better hand to have. It's a bit worse than the last hand in the duel, especially for going first. But we can make this work. It is what I was thinking when I went into this. And you can make it work. You see, activate gates, normal, that, usual combo that you've seen from that. Pitch that. This is the usual combo you want to do. Pop it till I don't have nothing. Picked what I wanted to have picked, which allows it to have 4 on the board. Then I'll Link and go and do IP here. This shows you what options you can have after you press something at the right time. Really, I wanted it to be known here. I really wanted Silva to be in the starting hand for what I was trying to go for, and I was tilted that I got Silva right there because I could have got it off the Dark World Danger draw. I could have got it off of fucking the Ken the Warrior Dragon draw, but I didn't, and I was tilted. So basically what the game plan is when you set up with IP Masquerena with this deck is you ideally want to try and stop something painful. Right here, I did read this card, and I didn't want to deal with that because he's able to deal the amount of damage. He's able to deal the amount of damage my monster has to me, plus the battle damage. And I've read something here. It said cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So I was thinking, okay, this is what I need to do. I physically cannot afford to leave this on the field. So when the IP Masquerena, and since IP Masquerena counts as 2 for a Link Summon, I was able to get Underworld Goddess out. He used the turn of the Dragon Lords. I say no with Underworld Goddess. And that's just the end phase. I'm pretty sure I get game here. This is game. It's clear that the opponent bricked here. I go through my shit, get card destruction, and they surrender. They surrendered before I was able to really do anything for it. So yeah, that's basically what happens. And also, please ignore my rank. I'm not that high. I don't play this game too much no more, but I'm trying to get back into it. But yeah, basically that's the game plan for going first, and I'm going to show a bit of a test duel in solo to show the ideal board. Alright, so here we go. This is a pretty average hand that you can get. You can get a lot of shit out here with this. So first you want to do in this situation, put Gateman. Gates. Activate Gates. Yep, reactivate Gates, send Gateman. And Bowman. Bowman gets my 1. If I wanted it to be, if I went with what I originally wanted to set up, there's 2 ways you can set this up. You can get more value. Yeah, you can get more value out of Bowman if you start off with, again, the Diamond Tiger. Yes, but I didn't want to use my special summon yet. I didn't want to use my normal summon yet. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use my normal summon. Activate. And then do this. This is pretty much... These 2 are pretty much dead cards after I get the second... Gates out. So what I'm going to do is pitch 1 now. Actually, no, I'm not. It'd be... I'm going to pitch 1 off of Dark World Archives. What you want to do in this... What I'm going to do in this situation is use pitch the Netherlord to get his special summon. And then I can special summon another monster. And for the special summon, it would be smart to actually grab... I already have Grapha in my hand, so it's going to be pretty pointless to grab Grapha, so I'm going to get Overking. And then I'm going to pitch my Gateman off of this. I'm going to activate this. Because yes, you can use the second effect even after it was on the field after, from getting another card discarded. So, what else do you want to discard from this? In this situation, would probably be Grapha. You pick up 2. Get rid of that card on that field so they have nothing. Right? And then, now is where you can make a choice here. You can return a Dark World monster and get Grapha in the grave back to the field. if you didn't have another gateman in this hand, you would back up your gateman and then use gateman effect. But since we have another gateman in the hand, I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to activate my gateman in the hand to use Gates of the Dark World again, because you can get the other Gates of the Dark World. And now I gotta be careful about what I do. I'm gonna banish my bowman since he has no use now. At the moment, he has no use in the graveyard. It's gonna be hard for me to get him back. And then I can discard this card to get a full field. I'm fairly certain this is once per turn. Yeah, once per turn. So it's a hard once per turn. So with this, you can go ideally, like if you went second and you played through negates, made things out, you would ideally want to go to World Sea Dragon to try and get rid of problems that are gonna fuck you over. You can go into Underworld Goddess too. You can go into Appaloosa. But what I'm going to do here is you could play somewhat safe here, because you still can go into... The only one that wouldn't be safe to go into after you put out IP Masquerena is Appaloosa, because you get one less negate. So, your safest bet, usually, if you are inconfident on what you can do, you would want to go IP Masquerena. But here... I am probably going to go Skull Dread just to show what you can ideally do. What you can ideally do here. Gonna do this, 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 and this. Actually, I did misplay here, but you want to make sure you're pointing at something you have special summon this turn. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna send a Mothman to the bottom. Gonna send... It doesn't matter if we send Overlord, because we can just get him out. We can get him out wherever he is from the deck. And I'm gonna get rid of... It's the same with Snow. It doesn't matter with Snow what we do. And we can special summon one monster from the hand here. What we're gonna want to do is use... So here's where RNG will come into play here. If you got good luck, you can leave this monster in here when you pop a Dark World monster. But since I am not fucking confident in my luck, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, and then we're gonna use Danger Bigfoot. Pitches again. Yep, that's unfortunate, but we don't need another again. And then Mothman. And here's where the fun starts. Remember the effect. Remember again the Diamond Tigers effect. Well, we get that effect set up. Alright, yep, I'm gonna do this just to boost up attack again, which is what's dope about it. And then, when you use that effect, now, here's what is the thing you can do. Usually you want to go Silva here, which is what I'm gonna do. Makes him special summon himself, and then randomly put 2 cards of their thing to the front, of their deck. So they're gonna draw. Oh no, bottom of their deck. Okay, so yeah. And what else you can do here is now you can make the choice of going into Tri-Gate Wizard, which is what I'm going to do just to show off what you can do here. This, and this. And then we're going to use Dark Corridor to basically special summon. Actually, yeah. So we're going to do this and then pitch this again, because it's not a hard once per turn. It's not hard once per turn. You can discard this. And then you get that. And especially summon another monster of your choosing to your field. Or your opponent's field. We're going to choose our side of the field. And that gets popped. But we're not done yet. Then, we are going to have to make the choice here of putting... You have a choice to put Grappa there, get him boosted up to that. And you could have made a different choice to use a different card in that situation. But then you still can go into... Alright, so here's where you get the choice of what you choose here. You can get rid of Skull Dread with this effect. Do that. Alright. And you can go through this, banish one card on the field. Actually, you didn't even need to do that. I didn't even need to do that. Wait, I'm kind of stupid. I'm kind of stupid. Alright, you bring World Sea back. You bring Tri-Wizard back. Then you bring this back. Then you bring this back. Yeah, so, if I didn't go into that, I could have actually brought back another Guru and then was able to continue doing things. Okay. And then you can have options here on what you want to go into. With that. But I am going to pick this back up, get Grappa out. And then we can end turn with that. And then we got card destruction, which is one of the things we can use here. But what we can do is use this. Then we banish a Gateman. And we can link like this. What's the last thing I used? Oh, that, okay. Grab one of these. Special summon. Hit. Discard one card. Yep. Do this. Cards added next to the hand. Just grab this. Discard from the hand. We can just pitch one of these. Because it's not going to matter. Alright. Return. Rafa. And then we do this. Because we can leave World Sea Dragon up. And since we have this, okay, this is an important monster. You can reveal one card as well, and then discard either the card that's activating the effect or the monster. You can special summon one of the two. You can choose that and then pitch that one. Then we go over King, and then go into Grapha. So this is just possibilities of what you can do. Activate. We can discard this. And we can grab another Grapha from our graveyard. And you may be wondering, why am I keeping so many cards in my hand? We had card destruction. Discard all of our cards to draw the amount of cards we have. You see, we're getting close to decking out here. So this is why we don't. This is why we don't have to fully commit. These are all mandatory effects that have to go through. So they're going to go through whether I want them to or not. Which I really do want them to. And then optional effects. I can add one. I'm only going to activate one of these. I'm only going to activate one of these. Alright. And then, what we're going to do is we have game here. We have game here. But the ideal board, I'm doing this to show you the ideal board setup. Appaloosa. Then we summon Grapha. We use the Grapha in the graveyard, and then we pitch this. Alright. Alright, so this is what happens with this. Your opponent maximizes your opponent. So basically, you make them help you in this situation with Grapha Dragon Overlord of the Dark World, and this is a negate. And we pitch this. Alright, and we bring this out. that from hand, and then we just discard. Oh man. Ah, no, wait. Why did I do that? I just discard Silva. Alright. But I still have a normal summon, which is what I'm going to use, since I'm low on resources here. Alright. And then you can go into Link Summon Returnal. Yeah. So let me just look at my extra deck here. Okay. Yeah, so this is the ideal thing you want to try and get Underworld Goddess, Apollousa, and Grapha Dragon Overlord, or the Dark World out. And if you get this, you get multiple negates. You get to basically say no to one effect, being what it's called, and saying, yeah, no, fuck you, I'm making sure that you pitch my cards. And it's a quick effect, yeah, it's a quick effect, so it has to go through. And when this card leaves the field, you can special summon another Grapha. Yeah, so if you have a board like this, basically, you're gonna win. If they didn't stop you from setting it up. Unless they got, like, something that full board wipes. Which you can negate with Apollousa, I believe. Monster effect. Okay, so if it's a monster effect that triggers a board wipe, you negate. If it is a card or effect that special summons, you can negate. And this is unaffected by opponent's effect. This card is unaffected by your opponent's activated cards unless they target the card. So this is unaffected by board wipes that don't. This is unaffected unless targeted. And if it does have something to target something, this Grapha just says "fuck you." And if that gets fucked over, I can negate something to stop this from getting fucked because of Apollousa. And there's the game. Okay. And that's the main reason why Dark World is pretty decent. It can get some shit out on the field. It can set up some negates and everything. If you are negated at some point, you still can fight through it. It's just, if you get your key cards really negated, you have to rely on luck through danger cards to get what you need. So if they pick the right thing, if your opponent picks the right thing to negate, it can completely fuck you. So just keep that in mind. And yeah. Alright. And to ask any final questions on what, you can basically, most of the time, you'll probably be able to discard something to start something. What I like this deck, which is what actually I might name this deck to, is Equivalent Exchange. You discard something to get something of equal value. So you can you basically would discard, like, let's say you get card destruction. That's quite literally equivalent exchange. The amount of cards that are discarded from your hand, you get back in cards. That's quite literally equivalent exchange. You can pitch off of this combo, because this is a combo starter. This is also a combo starter. This is a combo starter. This is a combo starter that you need to basically have set up. This is a combo starter for this deck. These are combo start. This is a combo starter. This starts a combo. This starts a combo. This can enable you to keep going with a combo. So, yeah, the strengths of this deck, it's fairly consistent. If I were to say a number, I'd say 8 out of 10 duels, you'll get a pretty consistent hand to start some shit. It's competitive. Is it competitive? I'm not too much of a competitive player. I haven't played in like the higher ranks, so I can't fully say. So I'd give it. You'd probably win. You probably go positive if you know what you're doing with the deck. You'll go positive. I can't give an exact number, but you'll go positive out of 10. Does it have decent attack stats for the things you can get out? Yeah. You know, like, if we're just talking about base deck with shit, fucking 2500, 2500, 2700, 3k, and shit like that, and you can buff that with archives. If you want to put 2 archives in, you can. Just in case they do have something to get rid of spells. I run 1. And it's fairly, you get it fairly consistently with this deck anyway, because you're milling the deck as well. You really only need 1 Dark World Ascension. If you want, you can run 2. Like I ran 2 to make it a bit more consistent, and that was with the version 3 of this deck when I ran the other related fusion card to Dark World. That apparently is not under-related. The fuck? Oh, because technically, I think because technically this is... Yeah, okay. Yeah, when you run Colorless Chaos King of the Dark World. So, that's basically that. You don't really need none of the Dark World traps for this deck. Because you can get up some negates with some shit. And yeah. You can go into IP Masquerade. If you want to play safe, put IP Masquerade down and then drop something and everything. But yeah, this is basically the Dark World deck that I'm running right now. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. If I made you maybe appreciate how Dark World could be sometimes in its decks. With the decks, like, this is like me still on bare bones of Dark World. I haven't like broke this deck fully down yet. Once I break this deck fully down, I will get like a more in-depth video on it. But I want to have the time to break that shit down. So yeah, without further ado, I'll give y'all some final things to note. I run Bagushka because sometimes you do brick and you do gotta fucking, like, you do gotta, like, take a blow sometimes and just normal summon, like, you know, you're going through it with this deck if you gotta fucking normal summon Danger Mothman with your shit, you know? So, like, that's the main reason why I run that. Fucking, number 60, the Timeless, I run this because... just in case I need to draw some things. And with this deck, you really don't need to worry about, like, drawing skipping out a draw phase. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it's more to detach, okay. Yeah. Alright. Alright, without further ado, I'll catch y'all guys later. I will... I can say I might be able to still make videos on the channel and everything, but I'm not gonna make any promises. Without further ado, I'll catch y'all motherfuckers later. And yeah, see y'all.